Good morning, it's the 24th of February at about just coming up to 11 AM. It's been raining all morning and finally it's stopped. God, it really has been a gloomy couple of weeks. Loads of rain, topping up the rain we had in the autumn. Most of Ventnor seems to be shut at the moment. So the junction of Gillscliff Road and Castle Court closed yesterday because a boulder fall, so 3 or 4 large boulders fell down and crushed one of the traffic lights there. So that section of road is currently closed, and that's one of the main exits from Ventnor at the moment. And then Zigzag Road, which is very close to that area. There's a little landslip there behind some houses, and now Zigzag Road is closed. So the number of ways in and out of Ventnor is gradually being reduced. Bath Road along there is still closed, just above the spyglass, so you can't get down to La Falaise car park from that direction. And South Grove Road, is that what it's called? That's still closed. It's been closed for months. Heaven knows what Island roads are doing, because they seem to just close roads and leave them closed for ages. That doesn't happen on the mainland. Obviously Leeson Road is still closed. Can't see that opening anytime soon. Especially with this much moisture, this much rain we've been having. That soft chalk there must be really, really wet now. Really saturated. And these are just behind the Mill Bay here, the slope up there. Is it the Mill Bay? Yeah, it's the name of the pub, isn't it? Oh, it's only my hometown. You can see where it's falling away at the top there. So that's collapsing as well. Everything's just falling apart in Ventnor. And above, behind this old house, which is derelict, the cliff up there is collapsing as well. And there's a little bit of a rock fall above Bestie's over there on their slope just below the Winter Gardens. That happened 3 days ago, as far as I can tell. It's all happening. So I think the contractors have done a really good job here, so here's some good news. It does look a bit over-designed to me. Not sure these, don't know what you would call that, the wall that the fence is going to be attached to, or the railings. Plinth? No, not a plinth, don't know. Anyway, I think they've slightly over-designed the wall, but overall it's done a nice job, and it's certainly something that needs to be done. They just need to attach the railings, and then this will be reopened, this footway, and numpties like me will stop walking along the road and almost getting squashed. There's a car coming up, so I'm going to go over this side of the road, so I've got my back to it, which of course you shouldn't do, but the trouble is when you're walking up on that side, it's a blind bend there, so I always stick to this side on this section. Yeah. Comes a bit more drizzle, so I just need to go up into town before another shower goes through. It's just going to be showery today rather than prolonged rain with any luck. Does look ominous offshore there. Nice pothole forming. Yeah, it'd certainly be easier to say which roads are open in Ventnor rather than to list which ones are closed. Because there's a lot fewer that are open than closed, so it'd be a lot quicker to list the ones that are open. Railings are pretty nice. Doesn't look very happy, does it? The old Winter Gardens. Needs a bit of investment really to stabilise the situation and do a bit of renovation, but I guess that'll cost a lot. Splitting a bit the road. Nice, the iconic view. And there's a new walkway and the new railing going in. And some new splits. That looks pretty recent to me. This seems to be opening up. Do let me know what the sound quality is like, because I've actually remembered the Boya microphone this time. So hopefully, although my voice always seems to sound a bit softer when using this microphone, I think it's the sound quality is better and clearer. What's that singing over there then, people? Don't know if the microphone's going to be picking that up very well. That one. So that is a dunnock singing. Anyway. Yeah, I think there is some more drizzle coming. It's a little bit in the air at the moment, so I'll better get to Co-op, I think. Hanky weather really isn't conducive to producing videos of me narrating, so I apologise for the lack of, or relative lack of new videos in the last week or so. The weather's just been so minging. Don't know if you can read that. If you pause the video and zoom in a bit, might have been able to read the text. Alexandra Gardens. It's Coombe Bottom up the top there. The Chalk Downs up above Ventnor. Very nice. So the sun has now emerged, and obviously I've put my microphone away, so I'm now relying on the phone microphone. God, enunciate your words, Steve. Good grief. Anyway, yeah, the sun is coming back out, back down on the bay. Couldn't really film in Co-op, and somebody in town was playing loud music, and I don't want copyrighted music going on my YouTube channel, because I'll get a copyright strike, and I don't want that. So back down in town. Might have a wander to maybe Wheeler's Bay in a minute, or maybe Ventnor Park, or maybe I'll just go and get a coffee in Bestie's. But it's really warm now, the sun's out. Well, it's now 2:30 p.m. and the sun is out. So I'm just heading up to check out Zigzag and Gillscliff Road, which is where the landslips occurred yesterday. Let's go and see what the situation is. I assume it's all been cleared now by Iron Roads. You'd hope so. Let's go up this way anyway. Just looking down out across Ventnor Bay. Over Belgrave, is it? Belgrave Road, I think, and Royal Hotel and the terrace just over there, looking southwest at the moment. Let's just head up this way and swing around back onto Zigzag Road. Just see if it's open again. Should be by now. Really feels like spring now. When you have a kind of a week of rubbish weather with no sun, and it feels really cold, and then suddenly the sun comes out. You really feel the warmth has built up. Just a week makes all the difference in terms of the strength of the sun. It's that bit higher in the sky now. It won't be long now until we'll be able to walk around in t-shirts. Let's hope the summer starts early and lasts a long time this summer. Well, the section is clearly still closed. It's pretty bad really, because it's kind of concentrating the traffic onto an ever smaller number of roads. So the cliff wall is just the other side of this bank here, and apparently the terrace of the garden above has started to split as well. Well, not apparently, there was an aerial photo that showed it. So could well be more to come down, which is probably why it's still closed. They need to monitor the situation. Anyway, I'm going to go up and have a look at the section at the bottom of St Albans steps up here. If it was me, I wouldn't be digging into the cliff face at a spot like this. It's soft chalk. We've had loads of rain, killed the trees, the roots of which would be binding the kind of cliff face together. I think the plan is to build a small house here, but I wouldn't be digging right into the face of the cliff when there's been so much ground movement here. And that's right next to where the road closure is. Well, it's about 50 metres from it, and you can see it's very soft chalk. Anyway, let's go up this way. Wrens singing away down there. Just down there is Ventnor Park. Good spot for seeing red squirrels down there, but you have to look really carefully. They're there, but they're very difficult to see most of the time. You basically have to sit under the canopy of sycamore trees and wait very quietly. You may see one scurrying around in the canopy. Good time of year to do it because the trees are bare. Might be able to find a dray or two. So I used to live just at the top of those steps on Ocean View Road. Moved into that particular house about 1995, if I remember rightly. And finally sold that house in 2019, 2020, I think. At which point I moved into a van, of course. Well, that was 2018, so a bit before the house was actually sold. Anyway, let's go to St Albans. I am, of course, assuming it hasn't been closed. The road has, so maybe the steps have as well, because the rockfall was really close to the lower section of the steps. I'll have to walk back on myself if the steps are closed. So it looks like I might be in luck. Let's go and have a look. Well, I can tell by the lack of traffic that it's still closed down here, the road. Some pretty major rebuilding and underpinning of the cliff face here a few years ago. Quite a few years ago, probably 15, 20 years ago maybe. Maybe not quite that long. So luckily the steps themselves are all still intact. So there's been no change on St Albans steps. This all looks pretty secure. Famous last words. Yeah, right, so Island Roads haven't done anything to reopen the road, which is not a surprise. So it's really just come down from the face of the cliff there. Yeah, I can't imagine any more will come down anytime soon. Literally just a few boulders off the front of the cliff. Pretty large boulders. There's the set of traffic lights that was crushed. Not ideal. I suppose in terms of getting it open again, it's a bit of a job to get the traffic lights reconstructed, rebuilt. So that's not really something you can do overnight. So I'll let Island Roads off, I think. So yeah, the two latest bits of, can't really call them ground movement because they're just fairly superficial bits of cliff face have broken away. Probably because the ground is just so saturated. So I think I'm going to head back into the bay and do a bit more writing. Such a lovely afternoon. Don't know why my fingers keep going in front of the camera. I apologise for that, these ones. There's a robin up there, but he's stopped singing as soon as I started recording. Typical. Here, see, here's some goldfinches. Oh, there he is. That's the robin. There's some goldfinches in the background. These roads are lovely and peaceful when there's so little traffic on them. Trouble is, Ocean View Road up the top is now getting an absolute pounding because people have to go up along there now to get to Whitwell. They can't go along this route, which kind of spreads the load a bit when they can go along this route, but it's all closed along here. Dunnock singing there. Lovely hazel catkins. Do love hazel. Really nice sign of spring. Go down this way and pass the Royal Hotel again. It's one of my favourite walks. It's that teacher, teacher, teacher. Here's that one. Hopefully the microphone is picking that up. That's a great tit. Teacher, teacher, teacher. Really loud. They're proclaiming their territories now. As far as they're concerned, it's already spring. Quickly go up and have a look at the terrace. Just the other side of the road from the Royal Hotel, which is there. Riviera Terrace. Loads of daffodils and crocuses and snowdrops, primroses, all in flower now. What a cracking view. Looking up towards Combe Bottom, St Boniface down on the radar station. Stunning. That is one very loud robin. They really do get enthusiastic at this time of year. Crumbs. There's another one just out here replying. Don't know how well you can hear me, I've taken the microphone off. Well, it's now 7:35 p.m. The temperature is dropping quite rapidly. Lovely evening on Ventnor Beach though, as you can see. Do a few more bits down here I think, and then go and see if I can find a coffee somewhere. Probably in the Spyglass just over there. Oh, what a cracking evening. I just want to say thank you everyone who supported me via buymeacoffee.com, the link to which is in the description below obviously. But some incredibly generous people out there supporting me as I create these videos. It means a lot to me. It kind of demonstrates that people are getting something out of these videos, so thank you so much for the people that are supporting me via that. And obviously don't feel you need to, but if you do, that's wonderful. But I'm going to keep creating videos, come what may, and including some, can't call it a van build video now, it's going to be obviously car build videos. But yeah, thank you for your support. And now it's time for me to go and get a coffee, in fact, and do a bit more writing, probably head for the Spyglass. Hope you all have a lovely evening, and no doubt I'll upload another video tomorrow. Enjoy the sunset.